Hello and welcome to the Coach Me podcast. My name is Nadine Stingel, founder of Coach Me and your podcast host. In today's podcast episode, I'll be talking with personal transformation coach Emilia about finding balance and cultivating a healthy mindset. If you're tired of putting yourself last and you want to feel energized, connected, leveled up, and would like to create a powerful mindset that leads to greater fulfillment, then Emilia can support you. Emilia says that you can expect an authentic, energetic, and down-to-business approach. Quote, I believe that just like you flex muscles in the gym to achieve the desired effect, your mindset is also something that you must be working out to see the bold, transformative, and lasting change you want to create in your life. And her wish for you is to see how powerful you already are and what bold transformation you can achieve. So in today's podcast episode, we explore what a healthy mindset looks like and how we can achieve it. We find out about the science behind training our brain to get balanced, and Emilia shares her tips and even guides us through a simple breathing exercise that we can do anytime during the day to get us grounded. Let's tune in. Hi, Emilia. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Sorry, say again?
Thanks for having me here.
Yes, thank you for being on. It's the third time for you. We were just reminiscing on all the times we've been on camera together on podcasts. So this is cool. And I'm also really excited because we're talking about cultivating balance and a healthy mindset today. So what's your intention with that?
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to say again, I'm happy to be here and talk about this because this is a topic I'm really passionate about. And so my intention for today is to help offer support and tools to feel more balanced. And, whatever hat you wear in your day, these tips are going to apply to anyone who wants to up-level their life.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So what made you want to talk about that particular topic?
Yeah, so the reason that I realized I wanted to talk about this is I noticed, for myself as an entrepreneur, I thrive off growing my business and a lot of self-development. And I feel so much gratitude that I get to work in an area that brings me a lot of joy. Mm-hmm. But I also notice that it can be easy to get lost and forget about myself and self-care in the process. And I think a big reason is a lot of us are misinformed as to what being healthy internally looks like.
Okay. Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, I know we've been working together for a while, and I know you've got a crazy daily schedule coming up, at least to what I know. And I'm a mama and a fellow entrepreneur, but your daily schedules are fully packed. Can you tell us a bit about that before we go into the what and why, and just to give us a bit of an idea of what we're talking about when you say you have a fully packed schedule?
Yeah, no, for sure. Thank you. So my typical day is that I wake up at about 5 a.m. because I just realize that I need to, set intentions, meditate, get myself kind of in the zone. So I spend my first hour kind of doing meditation, journaling, getting breakfast, kind of like slowly waking up. And then from there, I'm working basically from about 7:30 to about 7 p.m. And that involves training clients, collaborating on different projects with people, working with my admin team, and also other staff people that I have, and getting my own workouts in and any other errands. So it's full on.
Okay, and that's how many days a week?
I work 6 days a week, but my busy days like that are 5 days a week.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. With so much going on, what's important to you personally when you look out for your self-care?
Yeah. So I really see over the years what's been important to me is to give back to yourself. And to not be so hard if you're feeling overwhelmed. Like I really, especially with the pandemic, I really learned how to take things day by day. And just if I was thinking like, oh my God, I have 10 things I got to do, or this to-do list or whatever, I was like, no, I have to take this day by day, because it's so easy to let yourself get burnt out, demotivated, and potentially like get sick, because you're lowering your immune system with all this added stress. And I really see that we live in a society where going until you're exhausted is worn with a badge. And I think we need to develop a strong sense of looking inwards without judging ourselves, to decide when we need to practice these moments of self-care. And I've really, especially during this year, I've learned some simple hacks that you can do anywhere at any time, and it tremendously shifts in your day and your life.
Okay.
Which I'll share shortly.
Hey, I can't wait for this. The running theme of what you just said actually seems to be self-compassion and not being so tough on yourself, and just unflexibility, I guess, as well. Like, it's so, even the pandemic, I mean, no one could really predict that we are where we are. So I guess it's, just need to go with the flow a bit.
Yes.
Right?
We do. We need to know that it's okay. Like, what you plan might not work, and that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So exactly. So to have a healthy mindset, does it just mean like being flexible and like that self-compassion, not being so tough with yourself? Is there anything else that kind of flows into that?
I really think about it like, I often think of this metaphor: you can't pour from an empty cup. So kind of similar to what we've been talking about, but overextending, it leads to burnout, and it's so hard not to sometimes see you're in that because of past patterns, and especially as an entrepreneur, you get excited, you want to work on this project and this, but I really see that it's so necessary to carve out and recharge and take care of ourselves, because this is where that mindset can shift and into like a healthy mindset, because it allows us to grow from our thoughts instead of letting them control our lives. So, rather dwelling on something negative and it might become overwhelming, the healthy mindset will try to move beyond that thought or simply accept it as it is. And I've really noticed a huge shift when I've been able to adopt that.
Wow. It sounds really easy. It's like, don't dwell too much in your negative feelings. And it's not, it sounds really simple and straightforward. Is it that way, or is there a bit more to it?
Gosh, I wish it was. I think it's a mental practice, and I think the more you practice, it can be easier. But in the beginning, it's kind of like, when you're first working out in the gym, you're like, oh my God, these exercises are so hard. And then all of a sudden you start to adapt, and you're like, oh, wait a second, I recognize this. I can do this. So it's just practice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So apart from being a professional coach, you're also, I just learned, a trauma-informed meditation facilitator, and obviously you're a kinesiologist as well. And in the preparation, in the run-up of this show, you've mentioned that a lot of what you talk about today and the tips that you're about to share with us are based on facts and science. Can you fill us in a bit about that part?
Yes. So something that I've learned recently through like my meditation school and just some research on my own is a whole part of the way that mental muscle becomes easier for us to kind of regulate those thoughts is actually related to our autonomic nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the two main communicators in our autonomic nervous system are our sympathetic nervous system, which is, if we look at the physiology, that's responsible for restricting our blood vessels, raising our blood pressure, elevating our heart rate. So kind of like preparing us for like, whether it's that big talk you have to give, or like, run to race for your kid because they're running away from you on a walk. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
It's that. And then the other side of our nervous system is the parasympathetic nervous system. So it undoes all the work of that sympathetic. It's responsible for rest and digest, and it allows us to relax the body, rest it, feed it, absorb all the nutrients. So in order for us to regulate these two relay systems going back and forth and through our body and our brains, we have to cultivate a healthy mindset to do this efficiently.
Okay.
It's all connected.
Yeah. So we'll have to have that one part of our body really trained up. We have to practice. Is it? Do I understand this correctly?
Yes. We have.
The more you do it, the easier it gets.
To rest, just like we train ourselves to like push hard. We also need to learn what it means to rest properly, so that we have this healthy mindset balance.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And then now we just have to figure out how that works.
Yeah. We can practice that right now.
Yeah, really? Okay. Go for it.
Yeah. So I'll give you like a really quick breathing technique right now. And then I have a whole bunch of other tips that I can also list out. So this one's called the 4-6 breathing technique. So if you just find yourself in like a comfortable position, and if it's available to you to close your eyes, you can do so.
Yes, please don't close your eyes if you're driving somewhere or walking around.
Idea. So if you can't close your eyes, you can still do the breathing technique. So you're going to inhale for 4 seconds through your nose. So inhale. And as you're inhaling, you're going to feel your belly and chest expand. And then you're going to exhale through the mouth for 6 seconds. So let's do that again. And exhale. One more time for good luck. And exhale. Nice. So that's the one technique that you can do anywhere, anytime. You can do this for up to 10 minutes if you want. But if you only have a minute, that is sufficient enough to switch your mind to relax. Some other tips that you can do is, so that was like a mental break, and we also did some breath work. Can go for a walk, call a friend. I love watching funny YouTube videos, like, who's my favorite? Gosh, I can't think of his name right now. But meditating, listening to your favorite song. I want to say Jimmy Kimmel, but it's Jimmy Fallon. There we go.
Yes.
He has so many funny videos on YouTube, like anything to just distract you for a moment when you're feeling a negative emotion. Unless it needs to be, addressed, then that's okay. But if you're, those things really help a lot. One of my favorite go-to apps that I use is Insight Timer. It has over 70,000 guided meditations ranging from 2 minutes to over an hour. But yeah, those would be my top hacks for practicing creating awareness and cultivating mindful rest.
Wow, I have to check out that app as well. And Jimmy Fallon, yeah. I see where you're coming from. Yeah. Okay, great. And so I know you already mentioned earlier what you do to set up your day. Do you do the same type of thing at the end of the day? Is that how you put in a bit of daily practice? And
I started off with meditating every single morning since actually it's almost been a year now. Yeah, which is quite awesome. I'm happy about that. But what I've noticed now is I can tell when I'm feeling anxious or like my thoughts are, getting the best of me. I immediately am like, okay, it's time to take a breather. Like I've built this muscle now that it's like almost second nature. Mm-hmm. But it took me about a year to get there.
Wow. So you don't go and just say, and I'll get through this. You just take a quick break and that helps.
Yeah, I literally in my day, I'll be like, okay, it's time to breathe. Take a deep breath here. Okay. It could be 3 times a day or, 4, wherever, or maybe 2. It just really depends on what's going on.
And be conscious about it.
Yeah.
Right. It's like this is me time.
Yeah.
Or you time around it. Okay, great. So I just wanted to say, if I bump into you somewhere in the streets and you'd be just standing there breathing, but with the pandemic going on, we're probably not bumping into each other sometime soon. Okay, great. Great on that question though, and what you do. And hang on, let me just double check what else I've got that I really wanted to ask you. So there's the checking, kind of the checking in part. Is there, like you mentioned that every time you feel anxious, is there some other kind of clues that you look for or that people should look out for when you take a break?
Yeah, like we talked about it at the very beginning, but that the whole piece of self-compassion is key. Like when you're, noticing you're at your wit's end or you're frustrated about something, like I always check in and I ask, where is this coming from? Is it coming from a place that aligns with my values and messages I want to send out? Like, is this like a lesson for me right now? Or is this something I just need to accept? So I kind of just check in, like, is this an acceptance piece? Is this a moment of like, oh, this was a blind spot and I'm learning from this right now. Like, so the more objective I can be, I find that's kind of like my barometer to help me navigate my day or days.
This also seems to be, there's a lot of curiosity going on with yourself. It's like, okay, this, I'm not feeling well in whatever way that is. And then where does it come from? You just keep asking questions and then see where this leads and what you can do about it and be like, hey, maybe this is something I need to let go, and then let it go. Or maybe I need to dig deeper and learn from it. Or so it's this, a lot of curiosity going on instead of, I don't know, I want to say judgment.
Yeah. Yeah. You're totally hitting it on the nail. Like, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Just that actually kind of sounds like a bit of more balance and healthy.
Yeah.
So, a bit more self-compassion. Okay, cool. So you've got during stressful times, you said what you're going through, what your best pieces are. You've done a meditation exercise already, or the breathing exercise. It's you actually do breath work as well. Is that part of, like, until probably maybe a year or two ago, I wouldn't even known that breath work is a thing, but it's booming. There's a lot of like courses that you can do around breathwork, and you do that too, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, a lot of my meditations, I focus on guiding, like the wording, or, you know, a lot of it is about just acceptance of your thoughts and like being okay with where you're at. And also, you know, with having a trauma-informed language, like letting people know if they feel unsafe, it's okay to quit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that would be the focus, I would say, through that. And there is a little bit of breath work I do, but mostly it's centered around like guiding people through the meditation, with relaxing the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And that usually happens with other entrepreneurs?
Yeah, it can happen with other entrepreneurs. I have some clients that I train that are interested in it, or even coaching clients. Yeah, and we'll even like in the beginning of our coaching session, we'll just do like a 2-minute meditation to kind of center ourselves. For the call, like anywhere in our day, basically. I'll even do it with clients before they train. If they walk in and they're really stressed out, I'll just have them lay on the mat and kind of just get into their body. And I find they are so focused on feeling that mind to muscle connection in their workout. It's quite fun.
I just wanted to say, what was it? You just said mind to muscle?
Mind to muscle.
Mind to muscle. And I just want to say it's all connected. When you said the breathwork, meditation, the kinesiology part of it, the coaching part, the mind, body, and soul, it's all interconnected, and you know how it works out. Okay, cool. We're nearly at the end of this episode, but there's 3 questions that I'm asking everyone this season. I'm really looking forward to your answers, what you're coming up with. One is, what book recommendation do you have?
Okay, well, so one book that I'm reading kind of off and on right now is the Positive Intelligence book by Shirzad Shameen. I'm sure you're very familiar.
Yeah. I recommend that one too, yes.
Yeah, I found the lessons, strategies, and tools in this book are quite life-changing, and its foundation is built around building moments of self-care. So that's why I really recommend that book.
Okay, great. What's one thing on your bucket list for question number 2?
So I thought a lot about this question. I really want to be able to travel Africa. I want to be around that beautiful nature and see the animals and the beauty that they have to offer.
Okay. How do you want to travel around Africa?
I would love to do a safari, maybe go on some hikes and just like walk through the villages. I just want to like immerse myself in the culture. Yeah.
Okay. I was when you said, "Oh, you want to travel the entire thing," I imagined you on a boat somewhere up on the through the rivers, and yeah, hiking. I know you're big into hiking as well, and I don't know, in a plane somewhere, on a train. I know you're exploring anyway, so I can see all these things. I wanted to see what actually stands out for you. That's cool. Thank you for sharing. And the last question: what makes you dance?
Okay, so whenever I'm in the car with my friend, we always are like, hey, what are we going to play? Who's going to be DJ? So, and the one thing that makes us dance the most is 90s hip hop music. So that would definitely be something I'd want to dance.
Yeah. There is, if that's a thing, and you mentioned Jimmy Fallon earlier. Do you know the? Oh no, forget it. I wanted to refer to it. Those hip hop. He does reenact. He does. He raps those old hip hop songs. Do you know this?
No.
There's an entire series with Justin Timberlake in it as well, and it's hilarious.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check.
Just check them out. I'll see if I can link to one. but they get progressively better. It's quite hilarious. I thought this is where maybe your connection comes from, Jimmy Fallon and the reps. That's how I know more
Okay.
about it.
About him, because now this is just another video I get to watch.
Oh, there's several. You'll be in for a treat.
Awesome.
Well, and with you rushing off then to check that out, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about it and about cultivating balance and a healthy mindset. There's lots to explore.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your resources.
This was fun.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
That's it. I'm curious to know what resonated most with you. If you'd like to chat with Emilia about finding more balance and a healthy mindset, I'd like to invite you to a free initial coaching chat with her. Simply go to coachme.global/book. That's coachme.global/book. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, Nadine.